Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing the HIMI Gouache. Now I have their basic set here and I have a small metallic set here. This is 12 colors. Let's go ahead and look at the basic set first and then we'll go through this. And I'll be doing an artwork with both of these, so I'll probably end up doing two pieces. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll combine them both into one, but I'll probably end up doing two just because I really want to test out these metallic colors. But this is their basic gouache set, and it says there's bright colors, they're silky and smooth and quick drying. They are non-toxic and they are washable, which makes sense because this is gouache. Now, one thing I do note with this, I have had a gouache, HIMI gouache palette in the past. I've had the big one, and it did come with like a foam insert on the top here. And I'm assuming that was just to help with insulation so these wouldn't dry out as quickly. However, I did have mine for quite a few years and it did end up drying out. So I just repurchased another palette. Now this obviously is a much smaller one and I really don't think you need a big palette like however many colors it was. I've seen some of them now even more than that. I think like 100 and some colors because they have a new system and I'm going to show you. They have like two little pots instead of the one big pot. But I do like this because it gives you sort of another surface area that you can mix your colors on. However, this palette, and I forgot to mention, this is the 36 colors set and they're 12 grams each. However, it does come with a nice little palette. Mine is a little curved, as you can see, but I'm sure you could probably just lay something on top of this and straighten it out. It's really not too bad, actually. It's just by doing this, it's kind of straightening out a little bit already. These are the colors that come in it. And I feel like this is a pretty good range of colors. We've got a couple of light colors, one pink, purple. I mean, you've got some pretty good basic colors in here, even some convenient colors. And then you can really mix whatever you want with this. So I definitely suggest, especially when you're starting out with a new medium, go smaller with your color palette because then that's going to force you to mix some colors as well. This also comes with some brushes. So let's get these out. So it comes with a 6 flat, a 3 round, and a 6 filbert. And let's just get this plastic stuff off. So these are what the brushes look like. Now, I have used HIMI brushes in the past. Now, I've used these HIMI brushes in the past. These are some flats, some filberts, and I think one little round in there. And then I had purchased this set, which I haven't gotten around to use yet, but I absolutely love these brushes for gouache, even acrylic gouache. They perform really well. So I am excited to have some more brushes. So that's nice. Now, the difference with this set compared to my old set, this whole pot was one color, which I feel like was pretty wasteful because I didn't even get through about halfway before it dried up on me. Now, there are ways on YouTube where you can add water and reconstitute it and all that. I mean, for the price of this, I just bought a new set, but I do like these ones that they have two different colors. So even though you're getting a smaller set, you're getting double the colors that you were before. And it's a smaller amount, so I feel like I'm not going to feel like I'm wasting it as much as when it was just the big pot. So I do like that. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably time lapse me swatching all these out. Oh yeah, we got to go through the metallic colors. Looks like we have a white, yellow, orange, red, gold, silver, yellow, green, teal, sky blue, blue, okay, just regular blue, purple, and black. So let's get this open. Now this one also has like just a regular surface on it, but it does come with this little silicone insert thing. Maybe that's to help keep it sealed a little bit better. And again, we've got the two pots in here. And look how pretty these colors are. I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but they are super sparkly and pretty. So I'm really excited to try these out as well. One thing I don't love about these is they do slightly overlap. So like if you want to get this back one out, you have to take the front one out first, and then you can take the back one out because it just slightly overlaps on the edge there. So I don't really love that. I wish you could just take them out like individually. So that is a little bit annoying, and it's the same with the other palettes as well. So like here, if I want to take this one out, like I need to take this one out first, and then you can take this one out, and this one overlaps with this one. So if you want to take this one out, you need to take this one and this one out. So it can kind of get a little bit annoying that way, but honestly, how often are you taking these out of the palette once you've swatched them? But I'm really interested to see how opaque this gold and silver is, and these are super pretty too. So I'm excited to really try these out. So I'll end up swatching both of these. I'll do a quick little time lapse, and I'll probably talk about any other information that I find, and then we'll just jump right into doing some art with these. So I've gone ahead and swatched the 36 set of the HIMI Gouache and the metallic colors as well. Now I'm just going to speed through this, but I did create these little black lines using a waterproof marker just because I wanted to see how opaque or how translucent these colors were. Now you'll see there's two whites at the top left of this. There's a titanium white, which is more opaque, and then the other white, I feel it's more of like a mixing white that you would get in acrylic paints. It's not quite as opaque, but I do use it in the landscape painting that I end up doing with this. So I end up doing two paintings with this, but these swatch very nicely. Now I tried to do a little bit of a thicker swatch at the top and a watered down thin swatch at the bottom, and both of these worked out well. Now, the only thing I will say, when I first opened them up, I did need to take something and kind of mix them up a little bit, but once they were mixed up, they were fine, and I haven't had to mix them up since. I've been using this for a couple of weeks now while I've been doing this review, and all of the colors have been fine. Now, I will note when I get to the metallic colors, I didn't have to really mix any of those up. I started mixing them up, and then I realized they were already mixed up enough that I could start using them. And I feel like this set has a very good variety of colors. You get some warm colors, some cool colors. You really have enough variety here to just use just these colors in a painting, or if you're mixing them, you're going to get even more options. And I do like that there is a nice range from some light colors, some pastel colors, to even some really dark colors. Some of the names in this set is a little confusing. Like I have a pale violet, and the pale violet is clearly darker than the violet in this set. So I'm not sure what they did with some of the names here, but you can still see what they look like if you go ahead and swatch this out. But the swatches are pretty accurate to what they look like in the little containers as well. So I don't think it's necessary to have to go ahead and swatch all of these colors. Now these metallic colors are so pretty and so shiny. The only one that was kind of a dud for me is the red, because as you'll see, all of the other colors have a really nice like pearlescent type shine to it, but the red one just doesn't. So I wish that one was a little bit more shiny like the other ones, but I still end up using it a little bit in the painting that you're going to see in a second. But I really love these colors, and I feel like I'm going to be using them quite a bit. It's something unique. So let's just jump into the artwork portion, and I can give you my final thoughts. So I ended up picking a hummingbird for this because I thought coming on top with the metallic colors to do the highlights in his little feathers would look really cute. And I actually really love how this turned out. Spoiler alert. But I had a blast using these. As you can see, you can get some really nice bright colors. And as I'll show you afterwards, I do a landscape, a fall landscape with this, and I get some really earthy colors as well. So this set really has a variety of colors. I've tried pretty much all of the colors in this set, and especially swatching them all. They all blend nicely, they layer nicely. Now, a lot of gouache, when you lay it down and you lay colors over top of it, it tends to lift a little bit. Now, I didn't find that so much with this, and maybe my layers weren't so thick, especially in the landscape portion. I had a sky, I had some greenery in the background, I layered over some warmer colors on top of the greenery, some darker colors, some trees, some leaves. I had multiple layers on top of each other and nothing lifted. And I was watering down a lot of the paint. Now here I'm using them a little bit thicker just because I want them to be bright because it's a hummingbird and I want the brightness of these colors. But in the landscape that I'll show you after, I really watered down a lot of those colors and I'm very surprised that nothing was lifting up or moving. So that's great for this set if you paint that way. And like I said before, I feel like the variety of colors in this set is perfect. You definitely don't need any of the bigger sets. I think now they have like 100 and some colors in some of these sets. I feel like that's too much. Now, if you use this every day, all day, and you don't want to have to mix any colors, then maybe that's an option for you. But for the average person that doesn't mind mixing a few colors here, maybe a little bit of yellow into the green if you want a little bit of a warmer green, or a little bit of blue into your green if you want a little bit of a cooler green, then this set is absolutely fine. Now, this is where I'm coming in with the metallic paints, and you'll see I'm just putting these on the little highlight areas that would be on each feather, and I'm picking sort of the same colors that I've used underneath. Luckily enough, all of these colors were in the set that was in the hummingbird, so I'm pretty much using every color, I think, except for the yellow, and they stand out a lot. Like you can see how bright these metallic colors in, but I really love how this turned out, and it was so fun to paint, and I definitely think I'm going to be using these metallic colors again. So let me go ahead and show you the other painting that I did, the landscape, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. So this is the finished hummingbird here, and I really love how this turned out. You can see the metallic colors really pop nicely. So this is the colors here. Now the red one's just a little bit duller than all of the other ones, which is fine, but I think I used all of these colors except for the yellow in this piece. I used a little bit of the gold and a little bit of the white in the branch here, but I really love how this turned out. Now, I was talking about a landscape that I did, and this was the landscape because I just wanted to see how the paints would lay down and layer over top of each other when you're doing a little bit more wet on wet and some thicker painting, and they layered just fine. So far doing these two paintings, I haven't found any issues. And again, these are the colors that come with the set. So this is the 36 set, and I think you have a really nice range of colors. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with these. And I am using the HIMI Gouache pad here. And so far, this is taking the gouache just wonderfully. It hasn't really buckled or anything. Now, the only thing I will note is if you are looking for light fast gouache, if you're going to be selling your work, this is probably not light fast. I didn't really look into too much of the light fast information of this because the last set that I had wasn't really light fast, so I'm assuming this isn't either. So if you are looking to sell your work, maybe look into some more professional gouache. But if you're just looking to practice with it, or if you want to sell some prints, then this is totally fine. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.